lecture, we had studied a variety of salts of our syllabus. The sequence started from plaster of Paris, then bleaching powder, and then baking soda. We read about their formula, their chemical name, their methods of preparation, and their use, which makes them an important part of our life. In the sequence, we will continue with the last salt of this particular chapter, that is washing soda. Like the previous salts, this particular salt also forms a great importance in our daily household chores and apart from that, our daily lives. So, this would be the last salt which we will be dealing in this chapter. And as the sequence says, the first thing which we will study about this is its a formula, and that is Na2CO3 dot 10H2O, that is sodium carbonate, and it has 10 molecules of water of crystallization. 10 is known as deca and H2O is called hydrate. So, its chemical name is sodium carbonate, and as it has 10 molecules of water of crystallization, we call it decahydrate. We have been studying this water of crystallization since we started off plaster of Paris. There I had told you that we will discuss about this water of crystallization at the end of the chapter after completing all the salts. And here again we have this water of crystallization which we will be dealing after completion of this particular salt, that is washing soda. So, the two important things or a question which can be asked to us is, what is the chemical name of washing soda? Or they can ask us, write the formula of washing soda. Or they can ask us, why is it called decahydrate? Okay, so these questions can be answered only when you know these chemical names and the formula. So it is very important to learn these formulas and the chemical names. Now as the chronology, we will study the method of preparation of washing soda. Washing soda is prepared by the Solvay process. The details of this will be studied in class 11, those all who take science. But here, the only thing which we need to remember are the basic 2 or 3 reactions which are used for the preparation of washing soda. In the first step, brine or sodium chloride combines with ammonia, that is an ammonical solution of brine is treated with carbon dioxide and water. That is, we will have NaCl, ammonical solution means ammonia, that is NH3, along with carbon dioxide, that is CO2, and H2O. This would form NaHCO3. That's right, the baking soda or sodium bicarbonate and it will give out hydrogen and it will form sodium carbonate. That is the second step. We take NaHCO3 and we heat this and it forms Na2CO3. That is, it forms sodium carbonate. In the third step, we will take this sodium carbonate and recrystallize it by hydrolyzing it. That is, we will react it with water where it will grab the 10 molecules of water of crystallization. So, the third step would be Na2CO3 will be hydrolyzed or would be reacted with water, 10 water molecules to balance of this, and it will give us Na2CO3 dot 10H2O. That is our washing soda or sodium carbonate decahydrate. This was the method of preparation of washing soda. Now in the sequence, we will study the physical and the chemical properties of this washing soda. The first thing which we will study is the physical properties, that is its appearance, its state and about its texture. So, we will be having the basic physical properties. The first physical property is about its appearance. You must have seen detergent powder at your homes. That is solid. Okay, so the first thing is this washing soda or sodium carbonate decahydrate is solid in nature or it is solid. The second one, we can feel the crystals of this washing soda. The second being, it is crystalline in nature. And when we see the pure compound in the laboratory, it is transparent, shiny crystals. So the three things when curved up together in a single sentence would form washing soda is a transparent, shining, crystalline solid. That is, we fused all the three properties into one. Now when I dissolve this washing soda into water and test it with red and blue litmus paper, it is found that they turn the red litmus paper into blue. Acids are the substances which turn blue litmus red and bases are the substance which turn the red litmus to blue. So they are alkaline or basic in nature. Okay. Now we start off with the chemical property. And the chemical property which we will study is the action of heat on our washing soda. It is very important to learn the formula. So I would request you all to again write, recollect and have a proper picture of all the formulas. Because if you write the formulas wrong, the whole answer will become incorrect. Okay. So when we talk about the action of heat, the thing which happens is whenever we heat something which has water, what happens? The water molecules escape out. Same thing happens with our washing soda also. Whenever we heat this washing soda or sodium carbonate decahydrate, these 10 molecules of water of crystallization are released out, or they are removed, and we are left with only sodium carbonate and without the water molecule, which is known as anhydrous, that is without water. So when we heat this, we will obtain Na2CO3 and minus 10H2O, because these 10 molecules of water of crystallization are eliminated or are removed. Now let's talk about the uses of this washing soda, which makes it so important in our daily household routine or in our daily life. So the next topic which we will study is the uses. If I talk about the first use, as the name suggests, it is used for washing. Can wash clothes with it, which are basically washed. Sometimes in our homes we use this washing soda or detergents for washing the utensils also. So the first use is it is used for washing, basically laundries. The second and the important use is it is used for removing the permanent hardness of water. Now the question arises, what is hardness of water? You all must have heard or you all must have seen this phenomena that during winters, when we boil the water in any vessel, a white coating appears on that particular vessel in which we are boiling the water. And the elderly people or our parents or our grandparents say that it is a hard water, namak ki parat jami hai. So that hardness is due to the dissolved salts of calcium or magnesium. Or if I take another example, if we talk about seawater, when we go and try to bathe in the seawater, when we apply soap or any shampoos and all, we find that no foam, no lather or jhag is produced. But in the tap water, it is easily formed, because in the seawater, n number of dissolved salts of calcium and magnesium are present. But in the tap water, these dissolved salts are in a very minute quantity. So this washing soda is used to remove the permanent hardness of water. The third use of this washing soda is it is used in the manufacture of glass or soaps. The fourth one being it is used in the preparation of borax. Borax is another chemical which has wide variety of uses in our lives. And the last use is it is used as a reagent in the laboratories. So the 5 basic uses of this washing soda are: the first one, it is used in laundries or it is used for washing. The second, it is used for removing the permanent hardness of water. The next, it is used for the preparation of glass and soaps. The fourth, it is used for the manufacturing of borax. And the last one is that it is used as a reagent in the chemical industries or in the laboratories. So these are basically the uses of washing soda. Now we talk about the another term which we were dealing from so long, and that is nothing else but the water of crystallization. So the next topic which we are dealing with is water of crystallization. Now what is this water of crystallization? See, we have seen two compounds, Na2CO3 dot 10H2O. Second one was CaSO4 dot half H2O, and the third one was CaSO4 dot 2H2O. This is the washing soda, this is the plaster of Paris, and this is our gypsum. Okay, so you can see that there are water molecules when we heat that particular salt containing water of crystallization, the water molecules are removed and it becomes anhydrous. That is, now the salt would be without water. We have seen this, that when this compound is heated, it forms Na2CO3. When we heat this, it forms CaSO4, and we heat this continuously, it will again form CaSO4. So here all these are anhydrous, that is, now they do not have any molecule of water of crystallization. So this is all